Okay. Is this on? I think it's on. Hello. My name is Wendy. Probably shouldn't give out a last name from what I'm going to tell you. These events happened around 7-10 years ago. On June 16th, 1970, I was blessed with a little boy and a little girl named Billy and Brianna. Billy was a kind soul. He absolutely loved people. He always made new friends, at least every single week. And his favorite colors were blue and red. Brianna, on the other hand, she was pretty much the opposite. She never really hung out with people. Me and Billy were the only people she ever really talked to. And her favorite colors were pink and purple. They always wore their favorite colors, blue and red, pink and purple, every single day. They never wore any other color on their entire body. Never. They were obsessed with these colors. On their birthday, their 10th birthday, on June 16th, 1980, I was going to take them out to this restaurant I took them to ever since they were born, every single year on their birthday. This restaurant, I remember it being called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. It was a new addition to what I was used to when I was a little girl, but it was still pretty much the same thing. Still had Freddy Fazbear. Still had Bonnie. And, there was, who was it? Chicken. And then a fox, I believe. Or they call it the mangle now. Or did. Anyways. Big milestone, turning 10. They were very excited. We arrived at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria at about maybe 8 or 9 a.m. The restaurant was full of people today. But they didn't care. They still played video games together in the arcade. They ate pizza. They talked to the animatronics. They sang with them. They were so happy. The oddest thing, though, that happened that day, at that moment, was whenever Brianna and Billy, they ran up to me with, they had handfuls, absolute handfuls, hundreds of handfuls of tickets in their arms. And they wanted to go get something from the prize corner. So we did. But there was something there that I had never seen before in my life. Any other day that we had gone there, there was never a balloon stand. Never. Not even when I was a little girl, there was. This must have been a new attraction that the manager of the pizzeria was trying out. You know, more money and all that. It was right next to this big present box that the kids weren't allowed near. Any child that got near it, or even tried to open it, was told by employees to stay away. It must have been, like, just decoration, maybe. You know, to represent that the area was the prize corner. Or there must have been something very fragile inside that only the employees could see. I didn't really care. Neither did Billy or Brianna. They never even went near it. But the balloon stand, that changed everything. Billy and Brianna, they absolutely loved, and I mean, they loved balloons so much. I could see their eyes light up the moment they saw the stand. Though it cost money, and I didn't exactly want to, I didn't really want to pay for anything more. But the glimmer my little ones had in their eyes as they stared at the shining balloons. Mommy, can we please get some balloons? Pretty please. Brianna was tugging at the edge of my shirt. She stared at me with her big, pinkish eyes. I just stared back. I gave a weak smile. I really didn't want to buy anything else. And Billy, he dropped to his knees and started pulling at the legs of my pants. Pretty please, Mommy, pretty please. They're so shiny. Please, Mommy, please. I just laughed, and I nodded. I wanted their 10th birthday to be the best after all. I wanted them to smile all day long and never stop. So I bought them some balloons. $10. So $5 for each balloon. Brianna got a yellow one that had a pink stripe going across it. And Billy, he also got a yellow balloon, but it had a red stripe going across it. They were so happy and they were jumping up and down. Oh, how adorable, I thought. I thought it was a moment to remember. So I took my camera out. And I snapped a photo. There was no blurs or anything from the movement of my children, or the balloons, or anything else. It seemed so perfect. The smiles that stuck to my children, the balloons in the background that still stood stuck. to the little cart they were on. The employee behind the cart smiling at the children. All the pictures on the wall. There was nothing. There was no imperfection. I thought it was the best picture I'd ever taken that included my little ones. Everything was 100% amazing about that picture, but one thing. But there was one little thing. Just one thing. I didn't know at that moment that it would be the last picture I ever took of them. Oh, Lord. A few minutes later, after I took that picture, Brianna and Billy, they ran over to the animatronics and a few of the employees and started showing off their balloons. As expected, they usually always do that when they get something amazing like a balloon. They always run up to someone and ask them to look at it in awe. They always say, look at what I got. It's so amazing, isn't it? I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that Mommy got it for me. Smiled and chuckled. And then there was a buzz. My boss was calling. My boss was calling on the day where I should be left alone with my kids. Every June 16th is the only time I get a full day with my little ones. Any other time I'm mostly at work or they're asleep and I'm up all night. Or they're even at school. I didn't want to pick up. I swear I didn't want to pick up, but I didn't want to get fired either. If I didn't pick up, I probably would have been fired. I should have just risked it, though. I made sure that Billy and Brianna were okay. I answered the phone and walked off to a corner. That's when hell rose. It's when my life went to complete and total crap. Screaming. I heard screaming. And it wasn't a cheerful scream of kids playing and running around. It was a terrified scream. And then I heard squishes and splashes. And then another scream. Another squish and another splash. I turned around to see what was going on. Dear Lord, I wish I didn't. I never should have turned around. I never should have moved ever again to see what stood before me. The animatronics were running around. They were rampaging around the restaurant. Blood covered on them. Kids, mothers, and fathers were exiting the restaurant in complete and total fear. My eyes stayed two little kids, dressed in pink and purple, and dressed in blue and red. Their stomachs were torn open, their balloons floating above them on the roof. Those freaking employees didn't do anything. They didn't go call the cops. They didn't try and stop the animatronics. They didn't even try to help my kids. I screamed. I dropped the phone and I ran. I ran right to my little ones. I ran right to Billy and Brianna, but it was too late. They were dead. They were dead right as their hearts were ripped out. They were dead. My babies were dead. And there was nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. I'd never get to hear their voices again. I'd never get to see their smiles, hear their laughs, see them play. I'd never, ever get to see or hear any of that ever again. Three years later, same day, June 16th, 1983. I am given the day off to grieve over Billy and Brianna. Not like I don't grieve over them every single day, but it was their birthday and their death day. Just imagine the feeling of being able to wake up, happy as can be, to celebrate the two amazing creatures that entered your life and then soon brought down into depression for knowing that on that same day they left your life forever. I was so upset. So upset. But something told me, Wendy, there's no need to cry. I mean, it's your children's birthday after all. They might not be here to celebrate with you. But don't let them down. Act as if they're still around. Go back. Pretend nothing bad ever happened. And so I did. I went back to the restaurant. I went back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Mangle was behind the curtains. On stage was Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie playing some music. There wasn't as much people as there was on Billy and Brianna's 10th birthday, but there were still quite a few people. But guess what else was there? Just take a little guess. Go ahead. Figure it out. It was there. That balloon stand was there. And guess what stood beside it? Two statues of a boy and a girl. The boy dressed in a blue and red striped shirt, blue shorts, brown shoes with a blue tint, a blue and red hat with a little pinwheel on top. And he was holding a sign in his left hand that said balloons, and in his right hand was a yellow balloon with a red stripe on it. And then the girl, she wore a purple and pink hat. No pinwheel, just purple and pink hat. And a purple and pink striped shirt. Blue skirt. Purple skirt, I mean. Purple shoes. And in her right hand, she had a yellow balloon and a purple stripe on it. I was furious. Absolutely furious. I was never informed about this. I was never informed about the manager putting up a little boy and a little boy and a little girl holding balloons next to the balloon stand. Never gave permission. Was never informed. These people, these statues were supposed to be my kids, weren't they? Weren't they? Of course they were. They wore the same clothing as Billy and Brianna did the day they died, on their birthday. I yelled at the man behind the counter, which was the same man that handed the balloons to my boy and girl. He reassured me that it was just a coincidence. Just a coincidence? A coincidence. He told me it was just a coincidence. And that he would talk to the manager about it right away. Okay. Yeah. It's just a coincidence that you have two statues representing my boy and girl, holding balloons, same clothing, everything. They looked exactly like Billy and Brianna. Exactly like them. Exactly. I didn't know what to think. My mind was clouded with anger, grief. I just stormed out. As I went home, I started thinking that they were lying to me. They had to be lying to me. There was no way that it was some sort of a coincidence, and the statue smelled like flesh. They even felt fleshy. The hair even looked real. The eyes. I could have sworn that the little girl looked at me. I could have sworn that the little boy was crying. A few weeks later, I thought that I had to figure out what was really going on. So, one night, I snuck in. I snuck in on July 2nd. July 2nd. 1983. I took a gun, just in case, and a flashlight. I snuck in through a back window from an alleyway, just behind the restaurant. I started out in the third party room. Flicked on my light. There was nothing. Everything seemed normal, but it was a little bit creepy. But I continued forward. Once I was at the main area where the stage was, Pirate Cove and the prize corner. The prize corner is what I wanted. I walked straight up to it. I looked at the area where the boy and girl was, but they weren't there. Their balloons were there, and the sign was there, but the statues, the people were gone. My Brianna and my Billy, they were gone. That's when I heard it. Hello. I turned around, my flashlight shining in the face of a little girl. She had pinkish eyes, and she just stared up at me. Hello, she said again. I was in complete fear. She was moving! And she just kept saying hello and hello over and over again. I didn't know what to think. And then there was another. Hi. I turned around again and there was a little boy. My Billy. It was my Billy. Hi. He said again. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Just over and over and over again. It almost drove me insane, but I was relieved as well. I was hearing their voices again. They were moving. They were alive. I started crying. I was so happy. They weren't dead. They were perfectly fine. So I thought. Brianna started screaming. It was a high-pitched scream. I never, ever heard her scream like that ever in my life. It was terrifying. It almost gave me a heart attack. I was so scared. I tried to calm her down. I kept asking her, Brianna, what's wrong, sweetie? What is it? Why are you screaming? She kept screaming. She didn't say anything to me. And then Billy stood beside her. He was holding the sign and his balloon again. And he said, "Goodbye." I didn't know what that meant. What did he mean? Goodbye. No goodbyes. You're okay. You're perfectly fine. You're alive. We can go home. We can all go home. We can celebrate your birthdays again. We can laugh and play again. But we couldn't. The curtains to the Pirate Cove area swooshed. The heads of Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, they started to turn and they stared at me. What was going on? What was happening? What is this? Mango started coming after me. Brianna stopped screaming after that. She laughed and giggled and watched as beaten down thing attacked me and tried to kill me. Why are you laughing, Brianna? Why? Brianna, please. It's me. It's Mommy. Why were you laughing at me? Why was it so funny? Ellie, Brianna, please. It's okay. Barely made it alive. I left behind my flashlight and the gun. The next day, I went to go file a report to talk to the manager. But I had an eerie feeling. I looked over to the prize corner, and only Billy was there. And he was staring right at me with a freakish smile. I started hearing it again. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. It was all I could hear. It drowned out the laughter of the other children, the parents speaking, and the music from the animatronics. I couldn't take it. I ran out. I left. And I never went again. A few years later. On maybe, I think it was 1987. June 16th, maybe? A TV report, 5 minutes, at a Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Someone was working there. He got the frontal lobe torn off of his head. Picture shown of the man. Apparently Mangle had attacked him, I guess. But the strangest thing scared me was this little girl dressed in pink and purple. She was smiling at the very back of the pirate coat. And Mangle stood with her. I felt an eerie chill go down my back until the picture changed back to the newswoman. People say that the little girl that was seen in the picture in the very background was never seen in the restaurant at Freddy's Pizzeria. No one ever seen her. Only the boy. Only the Balloon Boy is what they dubbed him. My Billy was called Balloon Boy. And my Brianna never existed. I hope you guys enjoyed that little thriller of Five Nights at Freddy's. I messed up in a few parts. Yeah, but you know, a lot of people do that. I was as you could tell, I was kind of trying to make a background on a Balloon Boy, and this person called Balloon Girl, she's usually seen, maybe, I think on the 4th night, underneath the desk. You can see her little eyes and stuff. But yeah, I tried to, as you could tell, make a background story for them, since I'm not really sure if they really have one. And I don't really have a script written for it. It was just kind of off the top of my head. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go on ahead and freak out some other people if you could. Probably not the scariest story about Five Nights at Freddy's told, but still hope it gave you some chills. And yeah, so bloody here. And I will see you bloody lovelies later. Goodbye.